Hello, GovCon winners, and welcome back to my channel. Sending cold emails is one of the most powerful yet overlooked technique in the federal government space. I'm here to give you the winning secret to ensure that your email is read and that your call to action actually happens. When it comes to the federal government, as well as the Department of Defense, their level of security around emails is pretty heightened, as you can imagine. So sending mass emails from kind of those very common mass email kind of systems is not something you exactly want to do, especially as a small business, because it's going to be flagged as spam. You don't want to do it. If you have a CRM, don't send messages through your CRM. As a small business, you want to connect that agency with you, your business name, and with you. So therefore, what I'm about to share with you, you must send from your personal email, perhaps an info, those accounts, you can get away with that, but it needs to come from your actual company, not some mass email, active campaign type of platform. Typically, people make this mistake, not only with reaching out with cold calls to government agencies, but as well as when it comes to companies and people you want to partner with. And that is the me mistake. Yes, the email that they send to you is all about them, otherwise known as me. Hi, I've been in business for 20 years. I am so amazing. I've attached my resume. I've attached my capability brief. I've won all these awards. You would be so fortunate to have me as a teaming partner or for me to provide our amazing services or products to your agency. It's all about me. Hopefully I didn't break any glasses around here. Me. How does that help an agency? How does that entice a company to want to partner with them if everything is about them? Your cold email must be about the actual agency or the teaming partner you are trying to reach. This is not where you mention how many years you've been in business, how many awards you have or had, the degrees you got. Doesn't matter. What matters is what is important to all of us. Anytime we're in a buying position, are you going to be able to get the job done? Am I going to be able to depend upon you? And especially given that you're sending an email. I don't know if you know this or not. Federal agencies have annual training requirements that teach them to be very cautious around unwanted email and to report them. And the last thing you ever want is to be reported as spam. I had that happen once. That's for another video. And so they're always on high alert. So by breaking through that, sending the message through your professional business account and not talking about you, me, you're going to get there. So you may be wondering, well, what should you actually talk about? And we're going to go over that. It is the 3 C's. First thing is your subject line must have a hook, capability brief request. Your hook could be able to source products in hours / capability brief request. Because the intent of this cold email is to get a capability brief. That is the goal. That is your ultimate call to action. Your hook could also be, for instance, if you're in staffing, less than 2% turnover rate / capability brief request. Fill position in days instead of months / capability brief request. Successfully completed 20 construction efforts in 1 month / capability brief request. As well as you can add in any type of stats that may be very specific to what you're offering, such as tickets closed, decrease in accidents, increase in job commitment, increase in efficiency, things that are going to really capture their attention. And the reason you put the capability brief request is so that they know, oh, this is a small business reaching out. So now you're starting to become familiar, which is going to lower their guard, opposed to, oh, this must be spam. I need to report it. I just took that annual training, because you don't want that. Next, you put hello and Mr. or Ms. and insert their name. If you don't really know about their gender, or for some reason you don't want to use Mr. or Ms., then just put their full name. If they are a military member, please insert their rank correctly. Please do it. Google it if you need to. After that, you're going to insert a compliment. I love the work of your agency. I support the mission of your agency. I served in the military and I love the mission of your agency. Something of that sort. Oh, I just read that your agency won an award. Something of that sort, where you're giving a broad compliment. If you're able to locate something about that particular person that you're emailing, maybe on LinkedIn, Facebook, or just on the internet, by all means, enter that in. This compliment is going to allow you to really, really stand out, because most people, they're all about me. Next, this is where you're going to enter in a recent case study, meaning some type of effort that you were in. For those of you who are watching and you may think, I've never really had a government client before, or I've just really had a job, I'm not really sure. You can enter information about your previous or current employer. What's important is for them to see you have a history of doing the thing and doing it amazingly, so that they're interested in wanting to go with your call to action. This is where you insert, hi, my name is Kizzy. I'm the president of KPC, period. Next, you talk about some effort that's connected to this person. If it's a small business rep, could be something that's more generic about how you solved a problem for an agency. Maybe you were able to source something so quickly their minds were blown. If you're in construction, perhaps you were able to source Buy American products really quickly. The client was blown away. You completed the project in 2 weeks instead of 3 months. That's what they're looking for. So I would put something like, we recently filled a senior Java position, which our client thought was going to take 3 months. We were able to fill it in 2 weeks. They're so excited that they cannot wait to refer us to all of their colleagues. That kind of stands out. Wow, you're able to do that in a couple weeks instead of 3 months, catches their attention. That's the same for you. Now, our next section. This is where you insert the call to action. I would love to set up a date and time to hold a capability brief. Which date and time works for you? You could also take it up a notch and be a little more assertive and put as a second sentence, are you available Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern time to have a virtual capability brief? By doing this, you're now getting them to take the next step. At least ponder it. Oh, okay, they want a capability brief. This is awesome. They've already given me some information. They're crushing it out here. I would love to know more about them. And then you just end with sincerely, best, and your name and your title. And I have a bonus tip for you. So in addition to using this 3C method, the compliment, you provide this case study, and the call to action, as well as don't forget about that hook dash capability brief request. You also want to include, if you have it, a copy of your 1-pager or your 2-pager, because sometimes a 1-pager is technically 2 pages. Once you have that all set, you send the email. If you have their phone number, you also want to follow up with a phone call and check to see, did they receive your email? What's a great date and time for you to hold the virtual capability brief? If you could potentially meet with them in person, see if they'll meet with you in person. It's the least that they could do as a small business rep, contracting officer, or perhaps even the end client. Be prepared. In some instances, there may be a main person or a certain email address that you may have to use to be able to request a formal capability brief. If that's the case, no worries. You just basically cut and paste the same email and send it to that address. All my amazing GovCon winners, cannot wait to hear how this goes for you. Make sure you comment below, you like, you subscribe, and please, if you haven't already, join the Facebook group. Check out govconwinners.com, as well as, if you love free, because I know y'all like free, I like free, check out profitablecontracts.co, and don't forget, everything is possible. Take care.